Hey everyone, welcome to Soul Mermaids Book Club number 16, week 16, can you believe it? We are up to chapter number 4 of part 2 of my book, Finding My Soul at Sea, and we're going to read about meeting inspiring people. While I was working on board the cruise ships, I met lots of cool, inspiring people, and more of those people came to me when I was starting to teach the wellness classes on board the cruise ships, teaching the meditation classes. So obviously I'm not going to meet people necessarily who are inspiring and have philosophical conversations while I'm doing a survivor at sea and making people eat Vegemite. So it makes perfect sense. You know, why would you? So this chapter, as I say, it was when people started to save me from drowning in my triviality on board. There was also experts in their field that came to my classes. I was very honoured to have people come and join my Draw Your Destiny class or my meditation classes, and they were, you know, accomplished authors and teachers in their own right, and they shared their beautiful skills with me, and that was fantastic. So yeah, so this chapter is all about those people and how they inspired me. And of course, one of the big things that happened when I was working on board was a friend of mine, her parents came to cruise, and I was introduced to The Secret, the movie, and obviously there's a book that goes along with it, and that was one of my big transformations. A big jump happened in my growth when I learnt about the law of attraction, which is a fabulous concept that basically what you focus on is what you attract into your life. So the thing that you spend the most time on, the thing that you speak about the most, the thing that you worry about the most, the thing that you get excited about the most is the thing that you draw to you. So have a think about that when you think about your life, what that might bring up for you. So let me just read to you one of the stories. I guess my favourite one in this is the story about the man who drew a phoenix. So this is probably one of my favourite stories in this chapter. There's lots of favourite stories. I have lots of favourite. They're all my favourite stories, but this is my favourite story in this chapter. So if you would like to read along, we are reading from chapter 4, Meeting Inspiring People, in part 2 of the book. The Man Who Drew a Phoenix. Here we go. In my destiny drawing classes, I encouraged the guests to draw their life purpose. Most guests came along and had a bit of fun drawing, usually stating, "I'm not a very good drawer," to which I always replied, "I'm not either. Stick figures are my speciality." I'd always reassure them that this class was not about the proficiency of the drawing. You don't need to be a Picasso or Monet. Just ask the question, what is my destiny, and in your mind, and then pick up a crayon and let the emotions and thoughts flow onto the page. I'd ask them to trust themselves with this exercise, and at the end of the 30 or 40 minutes of drawing, I would bring the group together and we would talk about the colours, the numbers, the symbols and words on the paper. People would always say how cool it was that they got such accurate guidance from just a few swirls and blobs. One afternoon, a man arrived who had an air of magic about him. That's the way I describe him. He had a twinkle in his eye and a delightful energy that lifted the vibration of the people around him. As I explained the exercise, he listened intently and asked thoughtful questions. I noticed that he sat quietly before he began to draw, just breathing. Then he drew the most incredible bird on his paper. It filled the whole piece of butcher's paper, right to the edges. It was all the colours of the rainbow. It was three-dimensional. It literally took on life and jumped off the page. The other guests were doing the normal blobs and swirls and trees and houses. I knew that I was in the presence of a very special soul. It reflected his personality and his life purpose in the most perfect way. Later, I discovered that he was a professional artist. This drawing described him well: colourful, magical, filling up the whole room with a wonderful light energy. And of course, the phoenix is all about rising from the ashes and overcoming challenges. A lot of talented artists would resonate with that. It was definitely his destiny to draw. No one could deny that. At the end of the class, he thanked me. He said that he rarely gave himself time to draw for himself, about himself. He said it was very revealing. He gave me a photograph of one of his paintings, and it was amazing. There are 3 large pots resting on straw in a space that looks like Aladdin's cave. The rustic red pots look almost 4-dimensional, and there are orbs of light bouncing around them. I've never seen anything like it before or since. It was like having a movie star come to your tiny theatre production. I felt very honoured to have him in my class. You can see Keith Sluder's artwork on www.keithsluder, that's keithsluder.com/magical realism. That's the name of the type of art that he does. He was amazing. So that is the story of the man who drew a phoenix, and that is week number 15. No, where are we up to? 16. Week number 16 of the Soul Mermaids book club. Just forgetting completely where I am. Finding My Soul at Sea is available at pipcoleman.com. You can also go to oceanreevepublishing.com, and you can go to Amazon as well, and the local bookstore, Turn the Page bookstore on Phillip Island also has copies of the book too. So I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye.